Goku and his party would head to Princess Nian's castle for the staff that would allow them to travel from multiverse to multiverse. The only place would be surrounded by Archon subordinates. Canon would say, "We have a right. We have to enter without anyone noticing." Piccolo would answer, "Why don't we just end up with all of them?" Goku would say, "It's true. Let's just end it and everything will be easier." Canon would reply, "We can't do that. If we caused a disaster for sure, Archon would know immediately. Remember that this idiot is looking for Princess Nian. My duty is to protect it. I cannot expose it in this way." Piccolo would say, "I understand. You just want to protect your girlfriend." Canon nervously says, "What? She's not my girlfriend?" Piccolo would reply, "Then Goku, why don't you use your teleportation?" Goku would say, "It's true." Canon, "Piccolo, hold on to me." Goku disappears, appearing inside the castle without anyone noticing. True. Goku says, "Well, we're already inside." Canon replies, "This technique is very useful." "Very well, I will go to get the staff." Canon would find a staff. He takes it, coming back with Goku and Piccolo. Suddenly, Goku and Piccolo feel a great presence. Piccolo says, "What is this key? Where does this power come from?" Goku would say, "I have a bad feeling. I will use my teleportation. Let's go right away." Canon would say, "Let's go. We have nothing to do here." Goku uses his teleportation. Vegeta says, "Gohan." Neon says, "Watch out. He is the right hand of Archon scum." Vegeta would say, "Damn bastard. Damn it. You pay for that."
So you are still hiding around here, Princess? Don't try anything stupid. If you don't want me to kill the other mortal, just accompany me.
Neon would be worried and say, "What does Archon's right hand do here?"
Don't you know yet? The Great War will soon begin, and we need your power to get the upper hand. Since Borea's insect stole all the power from Xenosama's sperm, the greatest war in history will soon begin.
Vegeta would say, "Close your cursed mouth." Vegeta throws himself into his Omega Instinct form at Marcus. Marcus, without any difficulty, dodges all the blows of Vegeta. Vegeta says, "Damn, this guy has an impressive speed." Neon says, "It's impossible. If you don't use your maximum power, you won't have a chance against that damn guy. He's as powerful as Archon himself. Don't underestimate it." Goku and the others appear. Marcus would say,
"So there's still some garbage left in this place."
Goku and Piccolo would look at Gohan's corpse on the ground. Piccolo would shout, "What happened here?" Vegeta responds, "When we had already found all the spears, that bastard appeared out of nowhere and killed Gohan. I couldn't do anything. When I realized this bastard had pierced Gohan's heart would still start beating faster. Goku's power explodes immensely." Goku, with a serious and threatening voice, says, "That bastard, I will make you suffer in the worst possible way." Goku throws himself to hit Marcus. Goku's blows make the whole planet tremble. Marcus receives each of Goku's blows, affected him in an impressive way. Nian says, "How is this possible? The power of that subject is fearsome." Piccolo says, "What's wrong?" Goku seems to have lost control of himself. Vegeta, worried, says, "Damn it, that Kakarot fool allowed himself to be manipulated by that great power." Piccolo says, "What do you mean, Vegeta?" Recall that transformation Chaos Mode. Chaos Mode. Reaching that level is supremely difficult, but what is even more difficult is to control all that power. If Kakarot continues in this way, I will have to face Kakarot. Marcus says,
Damn, who the hell are you?"
Vocal would say, "I will tear off your arms." Goku disappears, appearing behind Marcus. He would grab his arms and pull hard, separating his two limbs from his body. Marcus screams in pain. Goku says, "This is just the beginning." Marcus screams in horror.
You are a demon! Someone help me!
Goku would likewise grab Marcus's legs by completely shattering them. Goku would tear off his other two body limbs. Marcus, with an agonizing voice, would say,
Help! He's a demon!
Vegeta, they couldn't believe what they were seeing. Piccolo would say that power is an absolute terror. How is it possible for someone like Goku to be consumed by such an evil power? Vegeta says, in the time room, we've trained for many years. Kakarot and I have killed each other many times to try to master the Chaos Mode. Because we are immortal, we are here. Otherwise, we would be dead right now. It is impossible to defeat Kakarot or me. That's why, if it gets out of control, only I can stop it. Nian would say, you're wrong saying from Multiverse 1. Vegeta would say, what do you mean, I'm wrong? Nian would reply, if I'm not mistaken, you obtained immortality thanks to the spears of the dragon. Vegeta would say that's right. Nian would continue, immortality means nothing against the gods of the multiverses. They can murder you just like any being in these multiverses. When you set foot in my multiverse, your immortality vanishes. Here, they can die. Vegeta would look worried. Kanon would be saying nothing. Marcus would say,
please stop. Don't hurt me anymore. If you're going to kill me, do it at once, but don't torture me anymore.
Goku smiles. Goku threw his great power at the mutilated Marcus's body, turning it to dust. Suddenly, the whole place is surrounded by Archon's subordinates, for they had to realize the great disaster and power of Goku. Goku would raise his hand, and this serious one would say, destruction. The entire great army surrounding Goku was immediately annihilated. Neon would be shaken. How could such a being exist? Piccolo would say, I've never seen Goku that way. He seems to enjoy killing. Vegeta would say, Neon, tell me what your plan is. The dragon that dwells in Piccolo told us to look for you. Now that we meet you and we are about to get involved in a war, I imagine you have something in mind to end the Archon and Borea. Nian would say that's right. We already have the dragon of the Multiverse 1. We have the 7 dragon spheres of Multiverse 3. We only need the dragon of Multiverse 2 and 4. Vegeta would say, I see you want to gather all the dragons, but what good would that do? Nian would say, once the 4 dragons are called, these will form a single being that will have enough power to erase the multiverses and recreate them. What I mean is that once the dragons unite, they will form an invincible being that will be on our side. Vegeta says, interesting. Vegeta would look at Piccolo. Goku would scream, lazy is king. Vegeta would say, Piccolo, Kanon, Neon, you'll look for the dragon spheres of Multiverse 2 and 4. I will stop Kakarot. Piccolo says, but didn't you hear Vegeta? Remember that you are no longer Immortal One, and you can die. Vegeta says that won't happen. Don't waste your time and get out of here now. I guess you already have the stuff you were looking for. Kanon says that's right. Vegeta says then don't waste time. It's up to you 3 to save the multiverses. Once I finish here, I will look for a way to go with Kakarot to Multiverse 4. Vegeta approaches Goku. Goku would be killing Archon's subordinates, who would not stop coming. Piccolo would say, Gohan, sorry. Kanon would say, I'm so sorry for that. Like you, it hurts me that a promise of combat, like him, dies in this way. Piccolo says, I promise you, Gohan, that we will stop all this. We will be the one who wins. Piccolo, Kanon, and Nain disappear. Vegeta says, Kakarot, your son's death was the trigger for you to lose control. That way, wake up at once. Goku would be looking at Vegeta. Goku laughs a chilling laugh and says, I will kill you. Vegeta says, who would say that we would face death once again? I cannot allow you to kill me, and neither can I allow you to die. But if you do not wake up quickly, one of us will have to die. Vegeta transforms using his Chaos Mode. Vegeta says, fight with me, Kakarot. Meanwhile, in another multiverse, Borea says, the time has come when all multiverses will be controlled by me. Daishinkan says, Great King, will be honored to follow him in his reign. But I have a concern. Boria says, now what happened? Daishinkan says, the Saiyans, Goku and Vegeta have not yet been defeated. They could be a hindrance. Boria says, even if they appear in the middle of this, they will not be able to do anything. It is true they have an amazing power, but not to be a god that ever surpasses guys like you. But for me, they are nothing more than garbage. Now we only have to worry about one thing. I'm talking about the damn Archon. Meanwhile, in Multiverse 2, Archon says,
What's happened? Why hasn't Marcus arrived?
Suddenly a subordinate of Archon appears and says, Great King! Marcus was easily killed by warriors who appeared in Multiverse 2. Archon says,
Warriors who appeared in Multiverse 2?
The soldier says, That's right, sir. Archon says,
It just goes to show how incompetent he is.
Soldiers say, Not only that, sir, more than half of our army was wiped out and destroyed by the same guy. Archon says,
What stupidity? I'm just surrounded by stupid cigars.
Archon raises his arm, murdering the soldier. Archon says,
I don't need idiots. I can handle this alone. Archon walks a few steps, disappearing from the place.
Moria says, But who do we have here? Why don't you join me? You just have to give me your multiverse and kneel in front of me. Archon says, What
a coincidence that I came to propose to Sam Ventual. So what's Marked and Dior preparing for?
Marcon and Boria stand face to face.